Today, guys, we're going to be covering some Godforge because they did an amazing video yesterday revealing quite a lot of new heroes coming to the game in some cool forms. Everyone's going to enjoy the little T-poses that we've got for you today. But on top of that, they also did cheekily, Simon revealed the cinematic a couple of days ago on his other channel covering Raid Shadow Legends that we're going to showcase off first, because I'm going to be honest, it looks amazing. And as he's kind of said to a few of us, it's not the full cinematic. There's even longer parts of it. So we've only got kind of the snippet. We haven't maybe got the ending of that. So it's going to be really, really cool. So we're going to check out the cinematic first, then we're going to dive into a live, obviously, commentate on the video, because it's a really cool video, and I hope you guys enjoy this type of content, because I absolutely love Godforge. I'm going to be honest, it's going to be one of the games on my channel that I will be covering, and that's why on the Discord, if you check it, we do have the link down in the description down below. My Discord has a Godforge area already, so you can talk about Godforge, check out the news announcements with all of their latest leaks that they like to show off, so why not do that? So let's dive into the cinematic.
The primal powers shattered the cosmos. From this cataclysm, a new reality emerged. One where gods and heroes wage endless war. These legends must be conquered and tamed. A new pantheon must be forged and tempered. You will be the hammer.
Oh my god, right? Absolutely insane. And I just love the way the whole cinematic is done, right? The fact that you've got these kind of frame by frames that's in, right? And that's going to allow you to have these motions that feel alive, right? It's all there, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. And you know what actually makes it really, really good as well, if you want to replay just the cinematic part earlier on again, is the music. I'm gonna be honest, that music, that heavy riff that's in the background, that's just bruh, that is up my alley, man, because it is giving me, like, honestly, especially this frame here with the like bat of in, I don't even want to say who it is, right? It looks like Dracula almost. It's crazy, but whoever that is, right? It's the fact that it gives you this really like Diablo 2 vibes, this really dark and gritty, and they really aren't afraid to show it. And especially here too, when you get to see the dragons and all the different gods in the background. Oh my god, it's so good. It's so good, man. Like, I could watch this all day, honestly. I might even try and figure out a way to make this in some form, like, in the background for me in the future, because it's that nice to see. Look at it, man. Like, just in its former glory one last time. And we'll move on to, obviously, the main reason you're all here, all the new legendary heroes that are coming to Godforge that we can see. So, absolute banger, absolute banger. If you want to see that cinematic again, you will in the description down below. I will just put the link to this video on Simon's channel, so you can just check it out, right, if you want to watch just the cinematic. But if you watch Raid Shadow Legends content, wink wink, why not go and check out the main man, right? He is the #1, I'd say, creator for that. So let's dive in though into the main meal, which is the new reveals. So here we go, guys. Let's go. Cannot wait for this, because this is obviously Simon going into the intro, talking about the nitty gritty of things. What's coming to Godforge with basically the follow-up of like their timeline, what's been done in progression, as well as clearing up the gear and equipment stuff, because I did do a video on it, and if you've checked out that video, check it out, because it's a really good video on it. And Simon said, I think I've done a pretty good job at pretty much understanding what you could do at the moment, right? So what we're gonna do is unmute Simon and let him have a little bit of fun and let him explain what's going on in the background.
as we get some of this stuff done. At Fateless, we are doing a fundraising round right now, which is due to end at the end of this month. If you are a high net worth individual, a high net worth company, or a...
Yo, Simon, I'm not a high net worth individual, but I'm a high time worth individual. Wink, wink. I'm just saying, look, I'm available. I'm available if you're just looking for a +1 in the team.
Doing some various things in the back of house. I just want to show you actually how some of the screens are starting to look in unity.
Right, here we go. Oh boy, look at this now. Now this looks crazy. Like, you've got Ra on display here, and yes, he's in a T-pose. That's just because, as Simon's kind of explained, they've got quite a lot of the heroes now kind of modeled and in-game, which is insane. Because before, when we've been watching these, we've seen kind of the same, I would say like 5 to kind of maybe like 10 top heroes, you know, in the hero area where Simon is. But you're gonna see how many portraits are there and how many heroes are in the game, and he's going to showcase these too, because when you look at Ra is a Slayer, Legendary, and Order, so he looks like he's going to be some sort of I wouldn't say PvP, but definitely a DPS based god, right? So very, very interested. I can't wait, right, to see what we else see in the video, but I will try my best to, you know, keep it on the down low on the volume now, just so we can pause a little bit and break it frame by frame if we need to, because look at that. That's what I mean. Like, I love this. So the idle thing we're going through here, so they haven't got an idle stance, that's why they're in the T-pose, as everyone loves, right? But they do have the idle animation in, which is even funnier, because obviously you would imagine the idle animation takes longer to make than just him standing there, right? Which I find funny, and it's really good though, because like I said, with this, you will see like how well polished it actually is, right? When he goes into the animation. So what we're gonna do here, you might be able to hear my keyboard clicking away, spam, but we're gonna go down frame by frame basically in this now, and you can see how good this looks, man. Look at that. Oh boy. Oh boy, it's smooth. Bro, Ra looks like an absolute badass. Can I just like put that in there? Like, oh my lord, look at him. Absolute badass, dude. Like, so good. So you can see where the design is in the development stage is of the game, and let's be honest, from where we've seen the game prior to where it is right now, it has made a ton of progression. Like, they have got those heroes, those gods that they've been showcasing in those, you know, image leaks to people in the Discord servers, and whenever we do Friday leaks for the content creator side of things, you can see how quickly they've boom. Like, look at that. This is Athena right here we're looking at, and I am intrigued to see the shield design. You know what I mean? Because let's be real, this is giving super like Medusa vibes. Let's be real, right? But this is Athena, so I do love the shield. I think the shield's absolutely insane. But wow, another hero. This is what I'm saying. Look at that. We've got another hero in. The hero is Whip. I don't know what it means. Maybe it says the hero is work in progress, so they haven't got the title in. I'm guessing that's what that means. But look how many people, guys. Like, if you're just looking at this list, there's Hades there, which is the guy at the top right. Hercules, I think that's Hell. Like, you got Zeus. Like, oh my god, there's just too many. There's just too many. Like, it's crazy. Freya, there we go. Look, we got Freya. Oh my god. So if you guys have been wondering why I've been covering Godforge for the longest of times, and you're wondering why sometimes I go silent when I'm making these videos, it's just because I'm in awe. Because it's just one of those games where it really does feel like, I'm going to be honest, like the Fateless team are putting their blood and soul and just literally love of the genre into this game, and it looks like it's going to be a AAA graphically game, man. It looks crazy, dude. Like, what are we looking at? Like, even the Sphinx, the eyes have got fixed. The eyes got fixed, guys. Oh my god. And what they're going to be doing here as well, and I do agree with this, I think it would kind of look better instead of the wings being spanned out like they are, they're kind of like clipped like this, you know what I mean? Like, so they kind of curve back on. It would just look better, right, in the frame potentially, and then they could flap maybe and open them up when she needs to spread the wings, you know? So not too bad. Absolutely love it there. But look again, look at all the heroes, guys. Every time I'm trying to pause and I'm obviously talking about these heroes, keep an eye on that left side. And if you spot some hero portraits and you think you know who they are, put them in the comments down below, because we absolutely love that type of stuff here, right? A little bit of engagement. But look at this. Now we're going to the rare categories. We got loads of rares now. We got loads. They're everywhere. Even a Minotaur. Oh, we're going to see the Minotaur. Oh, boy. Bro, I absolutely love this design. Can I just say that? Like, even the belt around him with the Greek Athens kind of, the symbols that everyone kind of associates with it all. Oh, yeah, I love that. Absolutely. Wow. Wow. Zoo Long. Oh, yeah. So, you know what? I like the fact that we can play as a dragon, and I wonder how they're gonna do this. And this is my opinion. If Simon's watching this, he might agree with me here, or he might not, right? But what I personally would try not to do, it sounds weird, don't do this, is, I know this is a super long dragon, so if we go back, we can kind of see how long this model is, right? So if we go out, right, look how long that is. That's a long ass boy. He's a big boy. Let's be real, right? So you can't have this guy, unfortunately, in my opinion, just doing the caterpillar, you know, doing the Scotty to Hottie, you know, just doing the caterpillar, right? I don't think you can be doing that. I personally think the way you do this is kind of a similar you see on, if you actually checked out World of Warcraft, right? The World of Warcraft do have these dragons in as mounts, and a lot of the time when you look at them, they kind of more up like this, like they look more like actually like a cobra, like it uses itself to make like almost this like S shape, and then, you know, it's out. So that's probably the direction I think, if you're gonna do it, maybe do it like that. But I don't know how that would personally look with these models. Do you get what I mean? Because these models are so lifelike. Like, is it gonna look right? And are the scales gonna outstretch and look really deformed? So it's one of them. I don't know how they're gonna tackle this, but it's gonna be interesting, because I honestly, I want to play as a fucking dragon, dude. I want to play as a dragon, but he's massive. Bro, even the claws, I even just noticed, like, I'm going to zoom in down there. They've even got the claws in there. Like, the details, mate. It's the details. Bro, don't tell me we can play as Aslan. We can play as Aslan. Imagine. I know it's not, but imagine if that's Aslan. Oh, that'd be so hilarious. I'm sorry, guys. What else can you show me, Simon? What can you show me, Simon? Let's Simon do some speaking.
Example to be on, actually. Let me just go to one who doesn't look so funky. Oh, look at Dagonet there.
Oh, Dagonet.
Yeah, so some of the screens are starting to have all of their functionality in.
So this is what's really cool now. So let's start breaking this down, right? Because we've got the Ascension upgrade. So this is similar to if you have played, I believe, like Raid Shadow Legends, where when you get a hero, you can transcend the hero, or as you can see here, ascend the hero. And when you get these like extra purple stars, all that's doing is just giving you some extra stats. It's like a better way to get to end game, right? It's kind of that extra step to get there. And all of these type of games do have this kind of mechanic, so it's not a surprise here. It looks like you're going to be using gold in order to do this, which is fair enough, right? And you can see you've got levels 1 to 6 there. So I wonder how the level system works. I'm waiting for, obviously, that video to come out, because it could work like Raid, where you could get a hero to level 5 stars, and that means he's already level 50, and then you would grind and get him to 6 stars, and then that would reset his level to 1, but then you go from level 1 to 60, and it's one of those things, right? We don't know, but I am really curious to see how it is, because either way, I'm going to be honest, I've been playing a little bit of Raid Shadow Legends at the moment, and I've been enjoying it, even as a complete new player to the genre. Some people might be like, what, is he really saying that? But yeah, dude, like, as a complete free-to-play player, I've been actually enjoying the experience so far. The game, I will say, is a lot different from what it was definitely like 3 to 5 years ago, right? I would hands down say that. So it's gonna be interesting. Let's see where the video goes with the Ascension upgrades.
So yeah, we're starting to be able to.
Ooh, now we got the promotion upgrade. So yeah, you can promote the hero, and you can see 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, 5 star. So maybe it looks like here, and this is me going on a whim, is with this system right above us, the star rating could be tied to the gear, right? So at 1 star, you have the helmet. 2 star, you get the chest piece. 3 star, you might get 2 pieces. 4 star, you get another 2 pieces. And at 5 star, you get another 2 pieces. And at 6 star is when you unlock the weapon. Do you get what I'm saying? Maybe it does something like that. Who knows?
See how some of the other screens would work.
You've got his skills. So this is basically, I like this. So this is at the very bottom, you can see these abilities if you're going to upgrade them. So Dagonet's abilities at the moment: Opportunity Knocks, Disappearing Act, Jester Dance, and Fool's Courage. Ooh, these sound cool, I'm gonna be honest. Disappearing Act does sound like he's gonna be going invisible. I'm just saying, if he doesn't go invisible with that name, you've missed the mark.
Anyone who has signed up for beta right now, you would have got an email to say, we're closing in, we're kind of getting ready, but some of the stuff...
Yeah. Guys, just to give you guys one last chance, check out the official Fateless website. It's on the page right now. You can't even see me. All you can see is the web page. Go and click the button. Just join the beta. Why not? And you might be surprised. This might be a new game that you've enjoyed, because it's different and it's brand new, and you're not going to feel like you're behind or anything like that. Everyone's on the same playing field. Why not? Why not just join, right? So... Let's go. Before this video becomes a 25... I'm joking. It's probably going to be like a 35-minute video. Who cares? Who cares? We're in for the ride. Oh, whoa. I had to pause that. What was that?
Sort of going in and making sure that all of this stuff feels good.
So, obviously, that's the screen for your gear.
And...
Ooh, what's this? Okay, so awakening your heroes, unlock game-changing abilities, grants more divine powers to unleash your ultimate ability on the field. Ooh. Okay. How do I feel about that? So that just basically sounds like every time you go up one of these, right, and you would go from a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, your ultimate is getting stronger in some form of way, right? It's all about your ultimate. Like, this is the bread and butter for the end game big bang hitter, right? Which could be interesting. It's a nice way of just separating things out. So, you know, like you go to one area just to upgrade your main skills and stuff of the hero, but you transcend that hero up those, you know, rankings, as we saw, just for the ultimate, because sometimes you might want to just work on the ultimate on the hero and you might not need the skills, but sometimes you might need the skills on the hero and you might not need the ultimate, and then sometimes you might need both, right? So it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to open a lot of mid-maxing, let's just say that, and a lot of possibilities players could be doing with their heroes.
Yeah, lots of work going on there. Now, what I wanted to show you actually was a leadership...
Oh, yeah, here we go. What's this?
On UI UX, because it kind of shows what a lot of these screens will become. And I just figured a lot of people enjoyed what we did last week, where we talked about gearing and weapons.
Also, if there's someone watching this at this point, this background, Simon, can I get it? I absolutely love this background, like where you can just see the guys, some of the heroes slowly animated. I just want it. I just want it for my videos. I'm gonna be real. I don't know if I'm gonna put the Godforge there. Maybe I move it a little bit somewhere else, but I want that. Look at it. It looks so sick.
Other screens that are planned.
It's because we don't have access yet to the hero things, you know. It is what it is.
Of kind of like laying out what he's working on right now.
Ooh, okay, so I'm going to hide myself so you guys can actually see this properly. So what this is as you can see the project overview. So they're in January right now. Obviously, we're heading towards February. And you can see in January, they had the victory screen complete, defeat screen complete, the user flow. So this might be to do with how a user basically interacts with the game, like the flow state of the interface. So you go into the game, you see your home screen, you then go to click battle, which opens up the menu, which you choose where you want to go. Then you press that and it'll take you to that area. So you've got a nice friendly flow state, right? So that's really good. I like to see that it's not done. Basically, they were saying it's not done, but it's almost there, and that's great. You got the starter hero selection. You got Sanctum. Oh, okay. And then in February, is this what? Let me see what Simon says here, because I'm curious as this is what basically is going on at the moment, right? This is what they've been doing through January to February, and this is what they've achieved. If that makes sense.
How complete it is, and then what's going to be coming next. So. We do this once a month. Every lead in the project basically delivers a report which shows their progress and is able to share that progress with the rest of the team.
Okay, so, right, yeah. So this was for whenever they did their meeting, right? So I'm going to jump back up on screen here, right? This was when they did their meeting in January. So this is going 2 months ago, right? So in January, this is how far they progressed on all of these different areas. So like the tooltips, equip screen, the upgrade screen, the imprint screen, the collection screen, the index screen, all of these UI screens, basically, all these different ways you have to look at the game, basically done. Obviously, the hero card summon, they were still working on that. We've seen some bits about it. The campaign world map, interesting. The Izumo map. What's that? This is where we need Ragewood. Me and Ragewood need to hook up on the next video, just so he is gonna just tell me it's this, bro. It's this, because he's the wiki for Godforge at the moment. He does not miss a single thing, guys. So
we do this once a month and is able to share that progress with the rest of the team. Okay, then, so let's talk weapons. Weapons, I showed you during the last video, and basically there's a number of different elements. We've got a weapon that you can farm or earn or win and upgrade. There will be an implicit ability which improves as you upgrade the weapon. There'll be stats which improve as you upgrade the weapon. And then there's 3 different areas here. So if you attune the weapon, then you're able to gain additional stats for anybody who is in the right faction. You can only attune a weapon to the right faction. So the UI is off here because it's just placeholder stuff, but this is our Khajiit symbol, which means that you would have to attune to a Khajiit member of your team to be able to get this ability of additional implicit.
Okay, so this is where I think, again, Simon, if you're watching this, please, I think you've missed the mark again, because I think we get that, right? I think most players get, if you tune this to a hero with the right Khajiit faction, you're going to get this bonus, which we get. But what's the star bonus? Is that literally if you have a 1-star, you get 5%? If you have 2-star, does it increase? Does this, like, do you get what we're saying? What's the star bonus? Because that's what in my video I had to guesswork it and assume this is from upgrading the weapon up into a star rating. This was the attunement, which we see it is now. And then this link is if it's like a perfect match, which I think he's going to explain in a moment. So let's just go through that.
Bonus. Okay, so if it's 30% now and you attuned it, that would take you up to 35%. And this is something you would have to pay like a currency, a gold currency, to be able to do.
Okay, and it's saying that's implicit onto that ability. So this 5%, so that means this skill at base level is a 25% chance. And then with this, it goes to 30, 35, 40% chance to trigger this ability, right? From the way he's explaining it.
If you decided to take it off of somebody, the attunement would be lost. And you would have to re-attune to somebody else.
The reason why I'm trying to nitpick it is because obviously if I get into the beta, I need to understand how this works properly, because I don't want to go in and be like, it's not working as intended, but they go, it is. I'm like, oh, it's just I didn't understand it clearly well enough, right? So
the blue symbol here is actually to lock it to somebody who is the right user of that actual weapon. So the example here, this is Excalibur. Excalibur would only be possible to even get this bonus if you did this to King Arthur, for example.
Right,
So,
yeah, so it is. It's like the perfect match. So Excalibur to Arthur makes sense. And there might be certain, who knows, there might be certain weapons that do have multiple, you know, gods or heroes that you might be able to actually tune to. It's just because obviously Excalibur is a niche one, but again, I don't know how I feel about that one either. If it is just on, if this is so, do you get what I'm saying? Oh, you can already see my thought process on this. I hope this is like a very niche case scenario. Let's just say that. I hope this 5% bonus, if you're watching this, Simon, is a niche scenario for it to be only on one champ, if that makes sense. Because obviously it makes sense with Excalibur and stuff, but hopefully there's other weapons that we're going to see in game that you can achieve this 5% bonus on like 10 or 12 different heroes. So it doesn't mean you need to grind this one gear for this one hero, because that really does make the game linear, and people don't really want too much linear. They do want to understand like a path to follow, but they don't want to, you know, just stay on the path. Sometimes there's going to be a junction, right? They might want to go on the left turn instead of taking the right turn, right? So it's one of them. I hope it does. Obviously, it's super early on, guys, right? And I'm obviously just talking here from my opinion, just my assumptions from what we've watched and kind of understood, and just nitpicking what's being said here, right? So hope when Simon watches this and he gets this section, maybe if he even skips through, because it is a longer video, like he comments on the timestamp and just talks about it a little bit better so we understand it.
Again,
Because I think that's the one.
Here to be able to improve. These other tabs are literally just sort of color showcases of the different weapons, but you would obviously have different implicits for different rarities of weapons. And then you're able to imprint the passive of a hero onto a weapon. If you decide to change that imprint to a different imprint, the original imprint is lost.
Yeah. So that is literally what I have said on my video. So if you guys haven't watched it, it's exactly word for word for mine. So when you go to an imprint like a hero's skill, what you're doing is imprinting the passive skill of that hero onto the weapon. But from what we've spoken about, it's not the full effect, right? So imagine if your passive was, you know, as you can see here, we've got this at the start of each round, the hero gains a shield for 2 turns equal to 12%, right? Maybe the real passive was something like 20%, right? And obviously having 20% is too much as an extra passive on someone else. Like, it's just crazy. Because you can do some breaking. You can do some breaking then, right? So that's all it is. All you're going to be doing is putting a hero's passive onto the weapon. And if you want to take it off, as is explained here, you're going to have to remove it. It's going to cost you a currency. And if you replace it with a different hero skill, it's gone. You're not going to have two. You only have one imprint on at any given time, right?
It can be farmed through events and things like that. There will be some fun mechanics in how to get them as well, but they're also going to be like a duplicate hero that you turn into an imprint because you don't want them anymore. So hopefully that's cleared up a few of the things around weapons. Now we got the kind of like gearing screen here.
I do like this screen, man. I really like this screen. The more I'm looking at it, it's just so intuitive. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you hide me as well, guys, look how intuitive this realistically is. So you're on this screen, and you already can see, okay, you're on the gear and weapon screen because you've got the nice little icon there of the helmet and swords. So you're like, okay, we get it. That's my weapon and my gear. And then you can see all the stats, which is great. At the very top is like the information on the hero that we've seen. You can see down below might be the masteries or to do with like ascending the hero or the skills. And then below us, we've already seen that's the ascension, right? That's the tier 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is so intuitive to use. It's simple as well, which I like. People need something that's not cluttered and it's simple to get your hands on, and you can just really just feel at home with it. So I'm liking it.
This also is where your weapon will be. So this will give you an idea of some of the work that's done. So yeah, you could kind of go in and enhance.
Mm-hmm.
Some of this is functional, some of it is not. But if you go into enhance, you'll then go to this screen where you're able to refine the weapon, which is basically leveling it up, which is going to give you more stats, and ultimately at different kind of like waypoints, as you star them up, you'll also improve the quality of the implicit as well. You then go into this kind of like imprinting thing, so which is very cool, honestly. So you're able to select the weapon that you want. You're then able to choose the imprint that you want to put in for the weapon, hit imprint, and obviously it will say, are you sure you want to do this? Because it's going to destroy one of your valuable resources. And bam, we get this kind of like turntable success rate, and then the weapon is...
It'd be good when the animation's all in, and like you can imagine like when the animation's in, just to give you guys a bit more hype, like imagine all of these areas, right? So if you look all around here, this is like molten like lava trying to come through. Imagine when that's glowing and stuff and it's getting you hyped. You're like, oh shit, it's time, guys, it's time. Going down that equipment grind. I can't wait for it. Oh, I'm a degen. I love it.
The Leonidas's face. This is a funny thing when obviously these mock-ups are done. There's so many things about this which are wrong, but it's now called Excalibur of Susanoo because that's what the imprint was. This obviously should be an Avalon symbol.
See, I wonder if that's good. I don't know. It makes sense because obviously you're going to be imprinting different, skills onto different weapons. So for a filter, it's easier to search if you're looking for specifically Excaliburs that have Susanoo on. Boom, bam, bam, right? You can find that, right? So it makes sense for a filtering point of view. It just doesn't sound right though, does it? It's weird. But obviously the Susanoo isn't the right, I believe, skill. Or I don't know, it could be. But it's interesting. It is interesting.
It should be Susanoo's face and all that type
No,
of
it is.
stuff.
No, it is. So it should be Susanoo's face and his skill. Okay.
To become one weapon. And then you'll have your kind of like weapon set where you can come in and decide to deconstruct different areas and get some back. So I think the whole kind of UI UX is something we're working through now to make sure it's just really as simple as possible, but also really fun.
Oh,
and then obviously you'll have your...
Got all this. Excalibur, Kusanagi. You got Molinia there. You can see Sonya, Spearbreaker, Galantine. Interesting. All the different weapons. And there's going to be a lot more probably coming into the game, but that's really cool. I like it.
And you'll be able to sort of go in and say, oh, okay, if I really want another Mjolnir, how do I get it? Like, where do I need to go? And there'll just be like a... go and farm it here, or this is what you can do to get that item.
Makes sense.
Gives you an idea of
Easy.
Different things that you can do with that. This, I think, is super cool.
So,
a summoning experience. Now, we're reworking the actual summoning experience because at the moment we've got a placeholder kind of like summoning in-game. But ultimately, when you summon a hero, you'll be able to come in and select the skills.
That's cool.
There'll be like a short kind of like video.
That's what people want, so they know what they're getting. So I just got a sick hero, but what the hell do they do? What do they do?
You're super excited about. It's like, okay, what are these heroes going to be able to do?
Yeah, love it.
Super cool. So again, just trying to amp up the kind of like, the feeling when you get...
Oh, I want to go back because I kind of want to talk about it a little bit before we go in. Because this is like really nice. Let's be real, because you can see some features there that's really interesting. Because I remember watching so many of the podcasts and even like Brad talking about it, how certain games, I think it's like Clash Royale and stuff, were really successful compared to other games because they had the share feature. Like, you can share your battles with other players. You could share teams or summons that you had with your alliance members and stuff like that, right? So it came this really cool, like, just social experience where everyone was sharing builds and, oh yeah, this one works, this one is pretty sick and stuff. So it's cool that they've added this. Like, you share, like, oh, I've just unlocked this hero, and then obviously you can see the abilities. We can see her technically leader ability. So if she's in that leader slot, she's going to give 20% attack in all battles, for an example. Her archetype, which we've been wondering what the hell that is, and it is what we've been saying, it's her archetype. So she's a slayer, meaning she's going to do, hopefully, damage, DPS, right? Order is the alliance that she's a part of, and then you've got strength as her affinity. So definitely wants damage, right? She's a strength based, I'm guessing, hero for DPS. So really cool breakdown. I don't know if that's I'm right about any of that, guys. I'm just saying, like, that's how it looks to be on, you know, as an intuitive look, right? It's pretty easy to follow, I think.
And select the skills. And then there'll be like a short kind
of like all the comments, even me.
In action, as well as
let's keep going.
Trying to show you the kind of, you know, flow through of world maps and things like that pretty well already. So nothing too new to be said there. But again, it's really cool actually when Henry does these, because the rest of the team.
This looks cool. So if you lose, you can see how you lose here. Return time. Send your heroes, approve your team, MTM, armor slot, energy used. Yeah. This is everything we've seen before, I think, right? So everyone understands you're to be using some sort of energy to go into these events, to complete all the different types of, kind of like, I'd say, most of the PvE content in the game, right? It's just what you expect.
What the game is going to look like once all of these screens are finished. We've got a defeat screen here, just kind of like showing you who's been leveling, where the damage went. And also, if you lose, it's kind of like, we're going to give you a couple of areas that you could go to improve what's going on. So, you know, if half your heroes are not ascended, for example, then get stronger by doing this.
Get good, scrub. Get good, scrub. That's what it's saying.
Stronger by doing this. Some kind of like tool tips to help people improve their gear or improve their setup. Actually, something else on that screen, which I think is quite interesting, is the ability to kind of like share your team with
so you can
kind of like clan or
so you are going to be able to do that. Yes, this is what I'm saying. This sounds good. The fact that you could actually share your teams to clans in this game, right? This sounds good, because you could be like, guys, I'm losing on this, what should I be doing? Like, what should my team be? And they'd be like, oh, you're losing because of here, like, improve this. Like, yes.
So there's different things in our finish screens that will end up being quite cool. And basically, Henry then goes on to look at what's next. So what's the kind of like big ticket items he's working on next? In
guilds, okay.
And it will be anything around guilds, which actually are going to be called pantheons. And,
okay.
And that's the kind of like next big one that he's working on. So hopefully that is really interesting for you guys to see as we start to progress. But yeah, tons of work now going into.
Woo, go on, you. Oh, he put. Oh my God! Stop, bro! You're treating me crazy.
Going into.
Go on, you. Look at him. He looks fire.
Implementation.
Hippolyte, the Amazonian queen. I don't even know who she is, but she looks sick too.
Polish.
Oh my God, I ain't pronouncing that. My Yorkshire accent is not gonna do Ank any justice. We're calling him Ank, boys. It's Ank. It's Ank the Sunrise and Redeemer, bro. He look. Oh my God.
And, you know, like visual quality.
Pandora? Oh, someone open Pandora's box, boys. That is so cool.
Animations, rigging, VFX, all being.
Who else? Show more. So, give me more.
It's all
Horus.
All starting to come together.
Yo, Horus looks like a badass.
Very cool. There you go, guys.
he has gone the complete different route for Horus. Because I honestly thought Horus was going to be some sort of time mage or some sort of mage to do with time, because that's literally what you always kind of see at the moment. But he is a defender. Ooh, he's getting in there, boys. He's getting in there. So yes, this looks honestly amazing. And as the title says on this video, guys, things are getting very spicy for Godforge. And if you're not excited, I don't know what you're doing. What you're doing watching all the way through. You're crazy. You must be crazy. But if you want to support me, and if you want to actually support Godforge, why not? Because you can go over to the merch store. You can see I've been wearing I Stand for Avalon all the way through this whole video, because it's obviously the Asgardians I am standing with, and I'm waiting for more Vikings to come. I cannot wait to see them eventually pop them out, right? But with that, remember to join the beta, guys, of the Godforge game, right? I will put the link in the description down below. You can see it again on screen, what it's going to look like. All you got to do is click and apply. And on top of that right now, if you do join my Discord or even the Fateless Discord, you will see there's a massive giveaway going on for $2,500 PEC. And you can just join for free. All you got to do is just sign up and click follow on honestly some Twitch channels, and that's it. And you're gonna get some entries involved. So why not be in it to win it? And you never know. And if I do win that PC, I've already said it on my Discord, guys. If I win the PC, I'm gonna be giving it away myself, because I don't need a second one, right? So with that, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Smash the like, comment, and subscribe. And until the next one, stay safe, stay sneaky. Peace out.